Okay, go.
Hi, it's Randy Langione here, www.randylangione.com. I'm going to do a lesson today on tensions. Tensions are notes that are the extension of the chord, originally called extensions. And they are specifically the 9, 11, and the 13 of a chord. Now, chords are built on 1, 3, 5 for a triad, 1, 3, 5, 7, also called tertial harmonies because each note is built a third, or every other note of the chord. So we have 1, 3, 5, 7, and we can add 9, 11, and 13 on top of those chords to add richness and complexity and, well, tension. So here we go. I'm going to use a dominant 7th chord, an A7 chord, because I want to be able to play the low A string on the guitar for the root. So we're going to have a, which will facilitate my fingers to play the 9s, 11, 13. So I'm going to take this form right here. A7, I got A in the bass, I got G natural, the dominant 7, I have C sharp, and E. 1, 3, 5, and we got the A on the top. So 1, 3, 5, 7 on the chord. Now, the tensions are 9, 11, 13. The 9 is also a 2. The 11 is also the 4 of the scale, 7 notes in the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the 13 is also the 6. We call them 9, 11, 13 because they are the upper structure of the chord, usually found on top of the chord, where you can hear them better and they can add mystery and all that richness and sophistication that come with these chords, and I'm going to demonstrate it. Right now we're going to talk, we'll do the B string, the 5th string, the 2nd string, I'm sorry. We'll take care of the 5th and the 13 or the 6th, but we're going to call the 13 because it's going to be built around a dominant 7th chord. So here we have, let's do an augmented 5th. That's also called +5. Flatted 5th, I'm going to take the E, go down a half step. It's a pretty common sound. You've heard this a lot. Everybody uses this. You heard this from Green Day, Beatles, to Bach, Beethoven, and a lot of jazz guys use it as well. So we have, now let's go to a 13. We'll go to the 6. We'll go up to this way. That's the 13 sound. Very nice, pretty, rich. So on this B string, we have the flat 5, E flat, E natural, natural 5, augmented 5th with F natural, and the 13th, which is F sharp. Flat, augmented 5th and flat 13th are pretty much the same notes, but we're going to call this a flat 13. Alright, natural 13, flat 13. So you'll practice this if you can. Do it like this. Alright, you practice that. Now in the full chord form, without using the A open, because you can only do that right in this position, it would look like this. 13, flat 13, natural dominant A7th with the E in natural position, and a switch around, do this, the flat 5. Alright, it's a little tricky if you're not used to it, but the best way to do is do this in sequence with these notes. Flat 5, natural 5, +5 or flat 13, and the 13th chord. Now if we go to the E string, it lines up really well with this particular chord form. This E-shaped chord comes from this right here. We could do the 9s on the E string. So let's go back to the original dominant 7. E's keep flattening out on me. Alright, that's a natural form, 7th chord, 1, 3, 5, flat 7, right? If I add a B, which is also the 2, could be an A2, but since it's a 7th chord, we're going to call this a 9. So here's an A9, a pure A9, A7th 9. You might see A7 9 with it as a chord symbol. If I make a sharp 9, I augment it, go a half step or 1 fret on the guitar. There's your sharp 9. Go back to the natural 9. Now I can do a flat 9. Alright? That has a very distinct sound too. You can also do this with the full chord form. Natural 9, sharp 9. And rock guys like to take this finger and bar these two. You get a G here, which is another 7th of the A7th chord, G natural, flat 7. We put these two together, you add a nice little dissonance, and you have that A7 sharp 9 chord. I always call this a Jimi Hendrix chord. He uses this in Purple Haze. And some of his chords, he did it with the other chord as well. Alright, so now you want to try the sequences. 9, sharp 9, and flat 9. Alright? Now we can add these 13s and 9s together and create all kinds of different sounds. We can add a natural 9 to a flat 13, a flat 9 to a natural 13, and you'll start working on that as well. So let's take a 13 and we'll add a 9. Natural 9. So now we got a 9 and a 13. I can keep the natural 13 here, add a sharp 9. Very distinct sound. I can keep the sharp 9, flat the 13, and pick it up with my roll the second finger over. Beautiful sound, I love that. I can put a natural 9 with that flat 13, or a flat 9 with it. Meanwhile, I'm keeping the A, C sharp, and G intact. You have the 1, 3, and the 7, leaving out the 5 for the moment. So, what I'd like to see you do, and you can email me through my website and ask any questions. I'm going to give a couple of chords here. Is try and work these out. Try and use every combination that you can. Flat 9, natural 13, natural 13, natural 9, sharp 9. Here's an interesting one. Flat 9, natural 13. I kind of like that myself too. Alright? So we have that. So you can... And being the A7th chord is a dominant 7 is usually the 5 of a key. A is 5 of D. So we're going to resolve these to D, a resting point, a cadence, to a D major or D major 7. D major 9. A7, 9, 13. Flat 5. A lot of these cadences work like this. E minor 7 to an A7, flat 9, natural 13 to 1. So there you have a lot of different combinations to work out. But like I said, try it on the B string, try it the A string, and try all combinations. And any questions, you can email me. I will respond to anybody. I live in New York. And here's a chord I want you to tell me what this is. Okay, that's the mystery chord of the week. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.